All right, y'all, check me out. If you've ever needed to rip a letter out, like say you were stitching out your hat and one of the letters were to mess up, say your thread tension went off for some reason, maybe you had bird nesting and you messed that up, you can get these thread rippers. They're basically just like clippers for your hair. I bought this off of Amazon. I believe it was called a thread ripper. That's all you got to put in there, and you'll find this eventually scrolling down. But if you ever need to take the lettering off of something, this is a great tool to have. But there's a technique that you need to use in order for it to work correctly, right? So one, always thread rip from the back. Always tear away at your bobbin, which is the white thread. That's what you want to cut off, because if you cut off this top part, it doesn't matter. The threads will still be stuck on either side. All you'll do is split the threads. And it's because the bobbin is your anchor to the hat. So you need to cut the bobbin. And the way you do this, I'm going to show you on the front because you'll be able to see easier, is you want to follow the letter. So you want to follow that satin line. This is a lot easier with satin lines than it is with like a tatami stitch, a fill stitch. So whenever you're following that line, you're just going back and forth real quick, and it's going to cut through that bobbin thread, and then you'll be able to pull out the thread from the front up here. So let me show you real quick. So all that's cut off. I can come, you see how that kind of cleaned it off after? So that eye is cut free. So then I can go to the front. I can just use this like that just to pull it up, and you see how the threads just come right out. Now, this is a good technique to use, like I said, if you get into a pinch where you got some bird nesting or some really bad tension and you got bobbin showing on the top and you want to redo that letter, you can do this while it's still in the hat hoop. So you can go and tear out a letter and then stitch right over. It is going to leave imprints. So if you were to tear the threads out of this whole thing, you can't just make a whole new hat unless your design's going to cover all of those stitch holes that were in there. So this is really just a technique for fixing things. Now, I've got a customer who's making a lot of changes to their order before we place the order, and I'm actually going to tear all of this out of here, and then I'm going to go and restitch it in a different color, different size, different pattern, just as a sample work. So this is also something that you can do if you're working on a sample for somebody and something got messed up and you just want to redo it. It's a sample, so it doesn't matter if they see different stitching in the back. It's just what they're just trying to get the design how they want it. You should probably charge people for that if you're gonna do it. All right, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rest of this out.
You are watching a master at work.
Yeah. Drum on back.
This what y'all was waiting on?
Dedication to buy.
I put a couple pounds on since the last go
I ain't
around.
even wait on them. I'ma get them now.
We been eating around these parts.
Get them. My block pumping and I'm trying to keep that old pumping. If niggas snitching, then I let them niggas get them. My block pumping and I'm trying to keep that old pumping. If niggas snitching, then I let them niggas hold some. Get them.
Gangsta grills, you
Get 'em. My
bastard.
block pumping and I'm trying to keep that old pumping. If niggas snitching, then I let them niggas hold something. If nigga owe something, need a doctor's note from him or his throat from him. These young niggas thinking they fresh, get whipped out your clothes, youngin'. I got it all, but I'll be.
And that's it, y'all. I just tore that whole lettering front out. It doesn't take too long, but it is tedious. That's why I say that you should charge for it, especially if what happened wasn't your fault. But whenever you're just needing to tear out one letter because you lost tension or something like that, that's the perfect tool to do it. This is a wall thread ripper. Make sure you clean it after. It's just like a pair of hair clippers. I've been cutting my own hair since like 9th grade, so I know how to clean them. Got all the oils and everything for it, but nice little tool, y'all. I hope it helps y'all out.